What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Joel Culpepper Outdoors. I'm Joel Culpepper. Um, I've got a lot more videos I'm wanting to make right now, but I've had some unforeseen things arise. Just to put it real, I can just be 100% truthful. I bought a new bow. Still have the Matthews, and I'm having problems with that bow. Consistent problems. So I'm going back into right now with the shop trying to get things fixed. I haven't had to pay for any of the repairs yet, but I've already had to put a new cam on the bow. I've already had to take the limbs apart, and it's not fixed the problem. So I don't know where that's going to go. Um, but I'll keep you guys updated on that and see where that goes. Anyways, today's video is going to be going over some arrows that I have shot in the past and the ones I am currently shooting. Um, so all of these arrows, I bought at least 6 of them and shot. I think the majority of these, let me see here. 4 of these 7 I actually used with my first bow in 21, which was the Mission Switch. And then I bought the next 3, the other 3 to use with the Elite Envision. And I'm currently shooting one of them with my Matthews. Really, I can shoot all of them with the Matthews. It's just the way that the D-loop is tied. It only allows the one to really work because it's got a different knock on it. But anyways, jump right into it. All of these, I did my calculations based on a 28 and 5/8 inch arrow and a 100 grain field point or broadhead. So we'll start the list. Number 7, my least favorite is the HD Hunter. Now these are different fletchings. I did this myself, which is this is a pretty bad fletching job. I'm not gonna lie, but anyways, I believe these are made by PSE. I don't know why these things, they don't shoot very well. I couldn't find anything about the insert weight or the nock weight. This is not the factory nock that was in here. I had to put a different, of course I had to put this one on there, which is an Easton nock. Couldn't find a lot about them, so I just estimated the total arrow weight of 431 grains. And this is also the least straight out of all these that I have over here, which is at 0.006. I could never get them to shoot right out of my Mission, and then I just kind of put them down and didn't fool with them anymore. I had better success. These are tack vanes. I have another one fletched with the AAE Max Stealth. That one actually works really well, but the ones with the factory, I don't know if they're Bully or Blazer vanes. I can't remember. They just didn't fly good for me, so I wouldn't recommend those to anyone. Just my preference, my experience. Just don't like those. Just really never had good success with them. So number 6 is going to be the Easton 6.5 Whiteout. Now this is a 0.003 straightness, and this one weighs 410 grains. I do not have a nock in it right now because I've got a little insert for a lighted nock. And my lighted nocks are all on my hunting arrows right now. So anyways, you can see this one has been through some abuse. We were just kind of playing around with the fletchings, which is why this has all 3 white, the AAE Max Stealths. And this one actually flies really, really good now. The reason that these do not rank higher is because I was shooting them out of my Mission and I could not get them to group or shoot accurately. Whatever reason, that bow just didn't like these. There are only 2 out of the 4 arrows that I shot out of that Mission that the bow seemed to actually like, which are higher up on this list, and we'll get to those in a minute. But I still want to take a deer with this arrow. This is the only one I have left out of the 6 that I bought. Just because it is a white arrow with the white fletchings, I really want to get a pass through on a buck so I can hang this in his antlers, kind of like I did with this one, even though it wasn't a pass through. I just want to be able to hang this. You know, you hunters know why I want to shoot a white arrow through a deer. I just think that'd be really interesting to see. Number 5 is going to be the Gold Tip Black Label. I believe these are at 0.0025 straightness, so slightly straighter than the average arrow of 0.003. This is a 424 grain as best I could figure. And these actually shoot and group really well. The reason that these rank so low is this knock. So this is one of the worst, if not the worst knock that I have ever seen in my life. They're so fragile, they fall apart. They got this little collar here, and I don't understand why they did all that. These are just, the knocks are just terrible. The knocks are just awful. The arrows themselves actually fly really well. They're very accurate. I had some groups at 60 with these. This is actually the first arrow I bought to shoot out of my Elite Envision. So, I mean, they work really well. Just like I said, these knocks are garbage. If you do buy some of these, I would just say go ahead and pull this knock out and put in some type of replacement knock. I don't care what it is. Just put something in there that is not this bad, if that makes sense. Moving on to number 4, it's going to be the Easton 6.5 Hunter arrow. This is a 340 spine. I don't remember if I said this or not. The HD Hunter was a 300 spine. The Easton 6.5 whiteout and the Black Label Gold Tip were both 340 spines, and this is a 340 spine. This one weighs 418 grains, 0.003 straightness, of course. These are just a really solid choice. This is a good beginner arrow, I would say, because you get them with the factory fletch. The bully veins, not my favorite, not my least favorite. For sure, getting into it, you're not going to need anything, I'd say, better than these veins, unless you really want to stretch out 80, 90, 100 yards. And I don't recommend that for a beginner. Say in your first year, keep everything inside of 60 on your practicing. Especially because you're probably going to have a budget bow, and the budget bows just don't shoot 50 and 60 near as well as a flagship. Not necessarily because of the quality of the bow, but more the quality of the components of the bow, you know, sight, stabilizer, arrow rest, things like that. As you get more expensive bows, you're going to want to put better things on them. But like I said, these fly really straight. They do the job. Not heavy. It's on the lighter side to a lot of people, but it is really kind of right there in the middle for the arrows that I've shot in my personal experience. Good arrows, definitely recommend them for beginners, more experienced archers. I think there is a better option in that diameter, the 0.245, 246, whatever you want to say, which is a standard diameter arrow. I believe that there are some better options, and we're going to get to those right here. So this is the number 3 pick. This is the Victory V-Force Elite. This is a 350 spine, and this is the only arrow on this list that is a 0.001 straightness. Now, I did fletch this myself. This is a 4-fletch. It's not a good 4-fletch at all, but they fly really, really well. My first shots I ever took at 100 yards were with these arrows, and they just did really well. I bought these for the Envision. These were the first arrows that I ever fletched myself, and I had a lot of fun doing that, and I really learned a lot from fletching. these Victories. I bought 3 of them, didn't buy 6. I still have all 3, this is the only arrow I've bought that I have not lost a single one. So it could be argued for these to be placed even higher on the list. Just in my opinion, I don't think these are the best that I've shot. These are 396 grains. They fly good. My biggest complaint is the knock on these as well. Not that it's a bad knock like the Gold Tip Black Label. Just when when I'm getting all the glue and stuff off of these, especially when I was starting and putting too much glue, making mistakes and having to refletch all the time, these just really, they were very easy to get cut up by the knife just because of the way they're made, the material they're made out of, really the way that they sit in the arrow. But like I said, they fly really good, and they do what I need them to do. Probably won't buy any more of those. I'm trying to get into more of a smaller diameter arrow, so see how that goes. The number 2 place is the Gold Tip Hunter XT. This is a 340 spine, 415 grain arrow weight, 4 fletch, AAE Max Stealth. These are just trying to think of the right way to put it, is a stupid solid arrow. I mean, unbelievable the quality of these arrows for the price. They group insanely well. They shoot insanely well. I don't think I've had any problems with these arrows. And of course, I put these through a lot of torture. I really have. I've shot a pile of them, or shot them multiple times, every one of them. And I finally had one at one point that just kind of gave up and just went, really wacky flight, went like 2 or 3 feet over the target I was shooting at. Don't know why that happened, but like it probably one of the fletchings didn't do right or something. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I shot that arrow a lot before it finally just gave up, and I wasn't fletching on my own then, or I probably would have I would have checked the fletchings and caught an error in them and then stripped it off and put a new one on. For a beginner hunter, especially if you're wanting to fletch your own arrows, this is 100% my number 1 pick. You can make an argument for the Victory V-Forces to be in this, to be in the number 2 spot. Either one of these are real good, either one of them. And even the Easton 6.5s are really good. These are just what I noticed worked the best for me. Just really like these arrows. I really like the price on them. They fly great. They do a good job. Pick up some of those if you're a beginner archer. You will not be disappointed. You will not. They're great. So that takes us to our number 1 arrow. If you guys have watched any of my more recent videos talking about bows and such, you will probably know these. It is the Easton 6.0 Sonic. This is a 340 spine as well. So this is the only arrow that I've ever shot that is not a standard diameter. Now, this is right under a standard diameter. You hear me say Easton 6.5, which is a standard diameter, 0.245, 246. And I don't know the actual, the inch measurement on this, but it is a 6 millimeter, so just slightly smaller than the 6.5s. And these are super light. 370 grain total arrow weight. The only arrow I've had that was even close to this light was the Victory V-Force at 396. So this is 26 grains lighter than the Victories. I am running a 3 fletch. 4 fletches may not be entirely straight, but to me, the 4 fletch just seems to be overrated. I have had no better success or no worse success with either one, really. It's just an extra fletching on here, puts more weight on the arrow, and it takes more fletchings, which, I mean, that's obvious, but I mean, that's what it does. It takes more fletchings, which fletchings can be a finite resource if you're like me and you have to order them because the ones that you use, your local shop does not keep in stock. So I'm probably actually going to get away from these. These are tack vanes. I want to try some more fletchings before I say any one fletching is the best. I really like the Max Stealth. You saw I had those, which is what's on these Max Stealths. I really like these. I'm probably not going to go back with those. There are some other ones I want to try. But I mean, these fly really well. I've shot these out to 100 yards with these tack vanes. They do great. I like my sight tape short, and they're very accurate. They're extremely accurate, especially for the price and everything, and they're a .003 straightness. So if I was shooting 100% like indoor, or shooting, what is it they do, the 3D stuff, that's what I would use, just because you keep your sight tape shorter, you don't have as much drop. And I have hunted with them. I'm going to try to get to a little bit heavier arrow, nothing crazy, but I do want to move, like I said, to a smaller diameter. I don't know if I'm going to go with the 5mm, which is .204, or the 4mm, which is .166. But I will give an update on that when it happens, or when I do buy some arrows and see how they do some testing on them and all that. But like I said, I'll keep you guys updated, and that's going to wrap it up for this video. Everybody stay safe, stay in the outdoors. God bless you. I'll catch you on the next one.